Before anything, I'd like to thank Juicebags, Uriel, and Atalith, as this build setup is what I use in combination of how they built their maps while I watched them play or played with them. Today I'm going to be showing you how I beat the Keep on Survival Massacre fully AFK. For this you need obviously the wisps, as they're just completely busted right now. You do an easy 6 wisps on each stack with a 3 DU overclock beam. You don't necessarily need as high stats as I have. I will obviously show them later, my stats and what I recommend you to have. And currently the way I build it, you do the aura stack of ensnare and electric auras, poison traps and reflect fields on each aura. This one uses 3 on each side to completely protect against any potential threat. The ensnare auras and electric auras on the west side is placed behind the wall, and here you want to make sure that the root is in the corner, and the exact same thing, 6 wisps. I believe they have to be fused. I haven't tried beating Keep 25 without fused wisps, on Rifted that is. And the most important thing on the west and east side is level 4 overclocks and level 3 wisps. So 3 ups on overclocks, 2 ups on wisps, that as you can see I completely missed accidentally. The reason you want those to be upgraded is due to the range increase per level. A poison trap and reflect field. That reflect field is pretty important. This ensnare aura is to prevent copter ogres. I sadly had to unequip some gear. I place it lower than usual because after I equip my gear back, you might have to do the same, is so that you can clip the ogre that comes from this lane, which is like a 10% chance to spawn. I also like to place a poison trap in the middle. Of course, fused is better. On all 3 sides, I place fused poison auras, traps, sorry. And the last one is placed on the railing anywhere you want, really. With, again, a fused electric aura and a fused ensnare aura. I don't know if both are necessarily needed to be fused, but I like, just in case, you know, I have them fused. Here I tried getting a close-up, and sadly I couldn't do it. Then later I realized I could just do a top-down view. I placed the wisps on the rocks because it's easier to place an overclock in the back. Again, 3DU, 3 ups on the overclock beam, 2 ups on each wisp. It is mainly because you want to have around 98 or bigger range, in my opinion. Here I've been looking because I forgot about the copter aura, so I had to unequip some stuff to get the ensnare aura for copters on top of the tree. Re-equipped it and went back, and I have no idea what to do with 2DU, so I just slap a healing aura to help you fight on the boss. Here I usually make sure if I have more DU, right, that I just upgrade some wisps. You don't necessarily need to upgrade wisps on the south side. That is because the south side wisps don't need the range, as their primary focus should be around just defending the south lane, while the west and east side wisps need the range so that they can hit the copters and hit the djinns. So as you can see, the fight just lets me to AFK. If you by any chance struggle, I recommend you to at least destroy the portals. That will make the run super easier. Mainly due to high stats, I can leave them AFK, or I can leave them to stay open. I don't really have to do anything. And I can just AFK nice and easily. Then on wave 24, I usually like to max overclocks and put all the wisps to level 4, aka 3 ups. Usually level 5 if you struggle. I've done level 5 a lot of times when I had lower stats. Here is when I realized that I accidentally did a few too many upgrades. Put all of them to 3 ups again, or level 4 wisps, and start the next combat phase. Again, all you really do is just upgrade an AFK, as long as you have the correct setup, in my opinion. You do have to destroy portals if you don't have the stats that I have, or at least the recommended stats that I will leave at the very end of the video. The main important factor is just watching the left side or the west side. If the ogre spawns like it did on wave 23, you might need to jump off and kill him. And when I have time, usually at around 100 to 150 enemies left, I just go around and collect all the mana that I can pick up, just so I can do the map faster, since there's nothing for me really to do, since I just AFK usually. Now, I personally can beat it without upgrading at all, but just to demonstrate the video, I have went around and leveled up the wisps the way I recommend you to have it, or have them, I should say. And usually whenever I'm satisfied with having level 4 wisps on west and east side, maybe you will need to have them level 5, as well as having overclocks on max level or level 6. Then the rest of the DU is usually spent on the wisps on the south side, or the center core, whichever you want to call them. The boss fight, the wisps on the south side, the ones that I've been just upgrading, usually the primary ones which will focus the boss, while the west and east side will help even the middle side or the center core defend from mobs that spawn. And all you do is really just AFK, have fun. Here I had some leftover mana, I didn't know what to do with them, so I just like leveled up, destroyed some portals, because why not, I was bored. And then I went to kill the boss. The way you defeat the boss, he is immune to defenses until you damage him by 500 million, I believe. You need to deal 500 million damage. And then you will be able to lure him by activating the lure by pressing the select key. And the cool thing about Rogue is he can just press 4, go ethereal, and the boss will not attack you. Then you pop the lure to stun him, and he just takes more damage, I think. The setup should be self-sufficient, so that you can just focus on the boss, not even need to worry. Here I usually like to help by killing that stack. And again, it says to pop the lure. I usually help clearing the mobs. You don't have to really. It's nice. It helps you survive longer, since you have to fight the boss, and the wisps should focus on the boss. And yes, this is after the wisps were bugged, so the wisps have been fixed, and they still deal massive damage, and you can kill him in 2 rounds, usually in 3. And yeah, my run's usually 12 minutes long. Now, I will show you an alternative build that's going to be sped up. Instead of the original 6, I place only 4 wisps, and I place 2 electric auras to help with killing the mobs, and an ensnare aura. This is from Juiceback's video, and this is how I originally beat the map first time. On this side, I place just a block field, also from Juiceback's. He showed this. If the ogre spawns, you block him at least 1 or 2 attacks. And with the remaining DU, you can just place a reflect field. Alternatively, you can also sell all of that. I forgot to sell a root of impurity. Try to make another 3 DU overclock. Place the roots here. 4 wisps, and then I realize I forgot to sell it. Get the last reflect, and that way you can boost both auras, or all 3 auras really, and that is the other alternative that I do. Okay, now after I'm done editing the video, I've realized that I forgot to actually show you the stats. So my current stats, yeah, 10,000, 6,000, 6,000. This is obviously way too much than you need. The first time I beat the map was with 7,000 power, 4,000 range, and 4,000 defense rate. On my rogue, I didn't even have him the first time I beat him. I just used my monk. Again, I have way too many stats. You only need like 5, maybe 6,000 range. The power, probably good to have at least 4,000 as well. And my monk was also my main DPS at the time, so I also had a lot of attack. At least 5,000, maybe 4,000, I forgot already. Then, my overclock EV. Again, way too much power. You only need like 7,000, maybe 6,000 power. Fortify is not important as long as you have any wall to block the west side ogre. And my poison trap, or poison gas, I also have 9,000 range. You probably only need 7,000, maybe 6,000 range. Even less fortify, maybe 4,000.